Hey guys, I'm gonna back here for another video, guys. Welcome back to episode of my No Clip series. We're No Clip inside and outside of stadiums in Madden 26. Today we got the Houston Texans Stadium. Take a look at. Let's start off with this tunnel. So we have an exit sign right here, and altogether a very small tunnel. I mean, don't be wrong, tunnels in Madden aren't usually like the largest. Right, just because the only time they ever show it off is like on when they do the intro thing, but still, very small tunnel there. Okay, another rather small tunnel. I don't know. I mean, I just did the Miami Dolphins Stadium, and that tunnel was stupidly big. So I guess that also kind of is on my brain right now. So I'm memorizing the Miami Dolphins tunnel, which is humongously big. So maybe that's why my brain's like, why is this tunnel so small? But, like, normally tunnels aren't that crazy. So, I guess that's kind of normal. But, alright. So, we do have a little walk-around area out here, it looks like. We have taco place. Pizza place. No, that's wings. That wings? That's hot dogs. The PNG files are great. We have more area over here. We have the EA Sports Grill. We have the random other places. Alright, PNG files really holding down the fort here. Definitely looking all too beautiful, it looks like. PNG files can sometimes be very wishy-washy in Madden. And look at that. Inside the suites, what do you get to see? Oh, it's a Mercedes-Benz Stadium looking right at me. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Falcon Stadium. For some reason, that always is the case. On every single TV in Madden, you will always find this bad boy right here. Atlanta Falcon Stadium. No idea why. Alright, so do we have any suites in here? I'm not going to be able to go too high up because the elevation issue in this game. But, like, we got some suites. They're nothing really. Just complete darkness in here. Okay. That's quite disappointing. Usually the suites are something at least. And usually if you see one suite in Madden Stadium, you see them all. That's kind of how it works. Not really much going on inside, outside of what we've seen so far. So now we got NRG Stadium. Okay, so it does have glass on both sides, which is nice. NRG Stadium. What on the other side here? We got another front. So is this with the roof open, I'm guessing? Hold up. Yeah, the roof is open. Okay. Something I probably should have just looked at right away, but completely just missed. So there are people on this side, though, which is kind of cool. We are Texans. We are Texans. NRG Stadium. Then we got the bull, which says Go Texan, which is always cool. So that technically, I believe, takes you to the pro shop, I want to say. Because in here we have some very 2D wall of images, which is always fun. On the outside here, we have Texans flags. We have EA Sports, a map of the actual stadium, which is always dope. Although I wish they would update those PNG files because they could look so much better if it was updated files. Random stuff in there, which a lot of times they do that. They just put glass and then like a 2D image. Makes it a lot easier than actually like detailing anything. So we got the Astrodome right here on the left-hand side. We're going to look at it in a second. But, so I'm kind of surprised they actually kept the Astrodome. Madden 26, they got rid of a lot of things. So I expected them to get rid of even, the Astrodome or anything else. But not the case with this one. So, some stadiums, there is actually a lot going on. Not every single stadium. Wait, is that bull thing? No, that bull thing's only on one side. Okay. I thought for a second that like the Texan thing was on multiple sides. Alright, so for the most part, it's pretty simplistic outside of the stadium. I feel like it's very reminiscent of the Colts outside of the Colts Stadium, when it comes to how it's like designed and stuff, but way better looking than the Colts Stadium, not even a question. All right, so we got that. Now we got the Astrodome. We got the Astrodome with. Got these doors that go to nowhere. Now, obviously, the Astrodome inside is not actually fully complete. You know, it is empty. You know, it's just that. But still cool to see it, you know, in its beauty on the other side of NRG Stadium. Other than that, though, we got a little bit of a parking lot with cars. That's another thing that EA does with this one, not as well, is they don't really put many cars in Madden 26. Again, does it really matter? No. Is it cool to have? Kinda. You know, it's cool to have cars outside. Kind of add to the realism, even if you're never going to see it. Then we have this thing over here, which I'm not sure what this building is, but it is humongously big. Okay, I did not expect it to be this much girth to this building. Pause on that. That building is actually massive for no reason. There's probably a reason why it's actually that big, to be honest. Like, there's probably a legitimate reason, but... Alright. So we got ourselves here. Some random buildings over here. More random buildings. Let's go all the way over here. And just some random... So it's like, kind of just like buildings scattered all over the place. Which, sometimes they do this, especially when it comes to Texas stadiums, like Cowboys or Texans here, where they kind of have things just scattered all over the place. So, yeah, just more kind of just scattered all over the place type of concepts here. Still, you know, so cool concept, so cool. And, yeah, that's actually, you know, kind of it. We're going to go through the rest of this right here, but not really much going on out here. And there's not like any distinct buildings. That's what I always try to look for when it comes to these videos, is like distinct buildings that maybe, like, if you're a Texans fan, maybe you live in Houston, you might be able to recognize or kind of point out. But I think this is kind of just all generic Madden buildings that are, you know, just typical in Madden. I feel like they have like a asset pack of, like, you know, buildings that they kind of reuse over and over again, which, again, like I said, not a huge problem, but it's usually what I feel like they end up doing here. And it kind of just gives a little bit more of a landscape to the actual outside of the map. So we got more buildings over here, over her. And yeah. All right. So, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.